Hello, everyone. My name is Marcos, and today we'll be going over my project web scraping bot that extracts stock data and sends a CSV financial report to email with Python. So just real brief, we're going to go over the project summary before showing the live demo. As you can see on the far left, you see a bot. Now that is basically my Python script, and what my bot is going to do is access Yahoo Finance to scrape stock prices and information of particular stocks that someone may own. And in the demo, I'll be extracting data from Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, and Microsoft. And once the scraping occurs, we will then put it into a CSV file and then send it to a designated email that I have set up in a separate Python script. So with that, let's get into the code.
All right, so starting off with sending our email. So this Python script send mail is basically the mail part. So where we'll be importing our libraries for email functionalities, import smtplib for sending emails, and all the rest of these libraries are basically for attaching files, writing our subject, writing our to who we're sending it to, etc. So if we start off here at the beginning of our code, our def function, we're going to go ahead and make 3 string variables. So from my personal email to my email that I'm going to send the financial report to, with the subject finance stock report. Then we get into this code block. So I utilize the my multi-part library by adding our string variables into email sections. We add the from, the to, and the subject. Then we add our body. So we go ahead, we implemented some HTML coding in a Python script. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this body message bold. Today's finance report is attached. We're gonna go ahead and attach it. We're gonna go ahead and call in our CSV report. I will get into that in the main Python script, but this right here is the CSV report. And we're going to go ahead and attach this CSV report because it's open. We're opening it. So this is what this code block does. We're going to go ahead and attach our CSV file. Then lastly, this is all kind of like server based, giving Python my permission to send an email on my behalf, basically. So that's what this code block does. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get into the main Python script. All right, so this is my scrape.py Python script. So this is the main Python script that we will be running for this demo today. This is basically creating our CSV report. This is calling in our sending mail. We are parsing through our Yahoo Finance HTML elements, etc. So we will all get into that in this Python script here. So as always, we start off at the top. We're going to go ahead and import requests, import Beautiful Soup. Now, Beautiful Soup is the most important part of this project because Beautiful Soup's purpose is to parse into HTML elements of websites. So as I said, we're going to be parsing into Yahoo Finance for different stock URLs, which I'll get into. So think of Beautiful Soup as, if you're familiar with using terminal and command lining into folders and stuff, that's kind of what you're doing. You're kind of like beautiful souping into HTML elements. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. Import time, import CSV, import date, and import our mail Python script that I was just talking about. Here's the URLs list. So these are the list of URLs that I will be web scraping. So we're gonna have Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, and Microsoft. So keep in mind, our professional finance stock report will have all web scraped data pertaining to these stocks. I'm gonna go ahead and make a variable with today variable with using the date library. So whenever this Python script runs, whatever day it may be, today is 11/18/2020 when I recorded this. Whenever this Python script runs, it's going to take today's date right here, and then concatenate CSV at the end, and then create our CSV report right here. So with open today, so whatever day that may be when I run this, we're going to write the file as file. So we're going to have a writer open. Now, here is the very first row that would be in our professional finance stock report. Writer.write row. Every stock on Yahoo Finance and maybe other sites pertaining to stocks has this stock titles for different sections of stock data. We're going to have a stock name. We're going to have the current price, previous close, open, etc. Maybe be more clear if I show you what I'm talking about from the website Yahoo Finance itself. So let's go there. So I was saying the first row of our CSV file is going to contain of our name of our stock, price, and all of the stock data in the summary of the stock. So previous close, open, bid, ask. I'll show you in my Python script where I do the parsing and extracting the data, but just keep in mind, this is the stock name, stock price, and I'll be extracting those two, and I'll be extracting from table 1 and its value. This is table 1. This is all table 1. And then this is table 2. So when I show the Python script and when I talk about table 1 and table 2, just keep this in mind. So with that, let's get back to the script. All right, so back to the main Python script. So after we write our first row, we're gonna go ahead and make a for loop. So for URL in URL. So for a URL in our URLs list, we're gonna go ahead and create a variable stock that's a list, and we're gonna go ahead and request HTML page, in our sense, Yahoo Finance. And then we're gonna go ahead and parse through. So we're gonna utilize our beautiful soup library, and we're gonna use the LXML parser. So according to documentation, Beautiful Soup has, from what I remember, 4 or 5 different parsers, or all of them are good. However, LXML seems to be the fastest and most efficient. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. Continue on. We're gonna go ahead and, as I said, Beautiful Soup is kind of like command lining into a folder. If you're familiar with Terminal, PowerShell, whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and Beautiful Soup into header info. So for header info, we have to Beautiful Soup into div and the ID quote header info. The reason being is the header info of the price name and the stock price is in that div and ID. So we're gonna go ahead and look into that. And then we're gonna find the stock title. So for example, I just showed you Apple. And then we're gonna get the text. And then we're gonna take the current price, which is in a div and in the class. We're gonna find span because that's where the current price is. We're gonna go ahead and append the stock title and the current price into our stock list that I just set up here. And then we're gonna go ahead and start looking into the table info. So with table info, as I said, there's 2 halves of the table info. There's the left side and the right side, as I just showed you. So table info variable here is just looking into both tables because they're both in one div block in HTML code. When you inspect Yahoo Finance pages, all the stock info on the left side will be taken out, the value and the name. Same thing on the right side happens here. And then we're gonna go ahead and make another for loop. For I in range of 0 to 8, we're gonna pull out the heading and the value. As I just said up here, we're looking into the whole table, the left side of the table, and we're gonna look into the right side of the table. So for I in range, we're gonna go ahead and pull out the heading of the left side table and the values. Then we're gonna append it to our stock list. And then we're gonna have another for loop doing the same thing for the right side of the table, append it to the stock list. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up by writing the CSV file. After each stock is web scraped, so after I web scrape Apple, for example, we're gonna have a time sleep. So we're gonna have a wait time of 10 seconds for each stock. Reason being, I don't wanna send too many requests to Yahoo Finance. So we're gonna go ahead and have a wait time of 10 seconds for each stock. And then we're gonna close the file and then send the mail. We're gonna utilize our send mail Python script, and we're gonna send it to my school email. So with that, let's go ahead and run this script. Run script. And done. So it was done in 15 seconds. It's kind of slow, but you just got to take it what it is, right? So we're going to go ahead and go into my school email and show you the professional finance report. All right, here I am in my school email. Here we go. So I have my financial stock report sent through my Python script. My Python script, as I said, used my main email to send this to my school email. So here we go. If I click this, here's the title, finance stock report. Today's finance report is attached. Cool. So let's open it. Do you see what happened here? Remember I used that today variable? Every time I run the script, as I said, I'm making this video on the 18th of November. So on November 18, 2020, this is the current stock numbers today. So let's see what happens. Click it and boom, look at this professionally written finance stock report. So if I go back to Apple, you will see the current price, previous close, open, all match. So let's see. Yep, seems to match. Previous close says 119.39, 119.39. Let's see what happens if I go to Amazon. Let's see. Does it match? Let's see what happens. So the current price is 3,105, 3,105. 3,135 for the previous close. Yep. And you can stop the YouTube video and compare the rest of these 2 stocks that I have shown. I guarantee you these ones all match as well. I'm not going to show you all the other ones, but just from these 2 alone, it just shows that I'm web scraping accurate data. So that's my project, everybody. This project was very beneficial for me. I never really used Beautiful Soup library, and it was really interesting to get my hands dirty. This project is really relevant today in this world. Many businesses are web scraping Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. This tool is quite efficient. I mean, I own stocks as well. Many people across the country and maybe in the world have stocks. Imagine just having a script with running it, and in like 15 seconds, you have all real-time data of your stocks. So that to me seems more efficient, and it's more efficient than just manually looking up on Yahoo Finance your stocks. That just takes too much time, longer than 15 seconds. So my web scraping bot is efficient for those who are into stocks. That's my project, everybody. And just a quick update. I am working on, like I said in another video, I am working on more projects. Right now it may seem I'm Python heavy, but currently learning Java, and Java is really interesting too. I'm currently doing a Java project, trying to get that done soon to you all. And yeah, there's going to be more projects soon. With that, I'll just leave it as that. Thank you everyone for watching, and y'all have a good day.